Hey everybody, and welcome to our latest episode of Honest Pod with me, Ashley McAllister,
And me, Matthew Ali.
and we're here after a bit of a break, unofficial off-the-record break,
Yeah.
which I apologise for. Again, it's my doing, so I'm sorry, Matt.
You don't need to apologise, it's fine. I've forgiven you finally.
Always letting you down. I guess I owe you so many now.
Well, I'm just used to it. Everyone lets me down all the time. I don't understand what I'm doing, but you know what? I just can't trust anyone.
The world's smallest violin.
I know.
But yes, anyway, another episode, and yeah, we're quite excited to get right into it.
Absolutely.
Pre-warning, I'm on my 3-day hangover. Like I've been hungover every day for the last 3 days.
But you seem more chipper. Is that what?
Yeah, well, I was drinking earlier on as well.
Today?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't know you were drunk while having Nando's.
No.
Oh, Ashley didn't say. He's in London. We're doing this live.
Oh
together.
yeah, we're together. We're in London. I came to London for a wedding, and I said, well, why not see this beautiful bastard while I'm here?
I'm not beautiful at the moment. Have you seen my face?
I didn't want to say.
You don't want to say? Oh, I got a cut on my face, you dick.
I know, you pointed it out.
I didn't want to say. What, something else wrong with my face? I got kicked in the face. I told you, right?
No, I think you might have wanted to tell me, but it came out like...
Oh, I see. I remember now. Oh, you've seen me. I forgot.
Yeah.
You've seen me already.
Right, anyway, so we're in London. We're recording face-to-face. It's, yeah, I had some drinks earlier on. I had a couple of vodkas before I met you.
Nice. What time did you start?
So I met with Tom and Shancy at 1. I had water, and then I had a vodka at about 2:30.
Just one, though.
I had 2 vodkas.
It's not too
Or
bad.
maybe 3, I can't remember. But it was pretty much topped up from being smashed last night and smashed the night before and smashed the night before that.
It's good. It's holiday. It's nice.
Oh, yeah, I've got a little beer belly already. It's here. But yeah, I'm surprisingly chipper for 3 days of hangover.
I think I'm the first one who's kind of tired, but I had to get up early for work, which wasn't great.
Mm.
I didn't sleep very well.
Well, boo-hoo.
I know. Everything's sad at the moment. I'm actually surprisingly happy,
Yeah.
which is good.
It's been a good day. Like, even though we only met like about an hour ago, we had dinner an hour and a half ago. We had dinner at Nando's.
Yeah.
I found a nail in my food
It wasn't a nail.
after I ate it.
A human nail. Not like a screw or something, like a human nail.
human-
Someone had chewed their nail off and it was in your chicken.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
And just to point out, it literally was. We'd finised. And I was like, what is this stuck in my teeth? And I picked it out.
That is really weird. I wonder where it came from. The
It-
fact that it was saved till later.
Yeah. To be honest, I had discovered it earlier and I just didn't want to not eat my food. So.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, now I'm disgusted.
No, here it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's disgusting. I mean, it's not putting me off Nando's.
No.
No. I'll still
Nothing in the
complain
world.
because I get a free meal.
You're not actually going to complain, are you?
I'm going to send it away. I kept it with me. I'm going to send it away.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll be like, they need to know. Like, I'd rather have Nando's without nails in it.
I don't think it's a human nail.
It looks like a nail.
It does look like it. If you can get free Nando's, then
Could you imagine? What if they put me on the black card list?
that's not going to happen.
I could be up there with Beyonce.
Do you reckon she has a black card?
I think she has a black card.
No. There can't be that many in America, can there?
No, but she has it before she comes here. I heard that when she was at Glastonbury, she went out and she got like shitloads of Nando's for everyone.
She paid for that, though. There was a receipt that was on, social media and stuff.
No, maybe it was the receipt how much it would have costed if she had a black card out. If
It was
Beyonce,
like 10 grand, wasn't it?
if Beyonce comes into your Nando's, you're not going to sit and say, I'm going to charge you.
Absolutely.
No.
Are you kidding me?
What?
She can pay for it. She's a billionaire. Probably.
don't
I
know
reckon
if
they're a
she's
billionaire together.
Yeah, maybe.
Absolutely. Why would I? No.
Well, I found a nail in my food Nando's, and if you can give Beyonce's paying you that much in Nando's, you can give me a free meal. I think it's fair.
I just don't know why you want to eat somewhere that serves human fingers.
Right, okay. It tastes good.
So it's worth the body parts?
Well, when you have celiac disease like I have, and your eating options are limited,
Oh my god.
don't roll your eyes.
We have to go over this again. Honestly. How was the gym? I don't even want to start. He's here in London, right? And he's going to a CrossFit competition on the weekend.
Yes, I am.
That's disgusting.
Well, this is what Tom and everyone has been saying. They're like, how can you? This is what should I say? My friends are saying. They're like, I wish I could go to the gym and watch other people work out because that's what they think I do. Because all I put on
That's what it basically looks like. That's so true.
Yeah, but it's because I only share when I'm at competitions. I share videos of other people at competitions.
But you'll spend 6 hours there and you've done 25 minutes of exercise.
I just walk in the door and that's me beat. I do a lot of workout.
I don't want to hear about. No one wants to hear about the workout. Just so you're clear.
No, I'm just saying I do
Oh,
work
okay.
out. I don't just go and record people and put it on social media. I also do that but that's not what I mainly
But
do.
none of them are actually hot because you keep saying there's loads of hot people, but I haven't seen anyone hot in those feeds,
I don't.
no
What-
stories.
There's hot people that do CrossFit. I don't record them for them being hot. I record people who are good at CrossFit.
But no one cares about that except for you.
Well, it's my story. If you don't like that, unfollow. Don't unfollow. I'll try and sneak pictures. I don't want to creep on people. That's just weird.
No, it isn't, because that's what you're doing anyway.
Yeah.
That's the reason why you're going to CrossFit.
No, I go to CrossFit for my own benefit. I have got thinner
Mm-hmm.
and I've got more muscly.
Loads of muscles. I can
Not
see.
loads. Like does not sell them false tales.
Okay.
But I have.
Turn your arm.
Do my right arm because
Your
I
right
wank
arm?
with this arm. So.
Oh. Oh my god, there's loads of muscles there.
Are you joking? Or are you being serious?
Who knows?
It's my wanking arm. So it does get this.
Your right one.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my god, it's already looby as well.
Yeah, look at the calluses.
Oh shit.
I've been single for 2.5 months now,
Has
so
it been that long?
July, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, nearly 3 months. July, August, September. That's a lot of palm action. So tell me about your weekend. What have you been up to?
The weekend was good. Well, on Friday, it seems to be a regular thing. So we moved to this place, and there's this kebab shop around the corner.
Oh, just so everybody knows, we're in Matt's new flat,
House.
new house.
It's it's a nice house. It's not my house. We rent it, but yeah, and it's nice. It's a nice space. And there's a kebab shop around the corner, which is amazing. And I've been going there. I went there last week, Friday. The week before that, I went on Friday and Saturday, which was really bad. Saturday was because I was drunk and I just came back late. But yeah, basically, it seems to be a Friday tradition to stay in, be alone, and have a kebab.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
nice.
I mean, I can see it.
Okay, that's helpful. I've actually lost a little bit of weight, apparently, but only because I've been playing rugby more. We had rugby on Saturday. That was good. We won, but I got kicked in the face. So now my beautiful, beautiful face is like, my eye, like it's got a big old scab around it. And it's not nice. I hate anything happening to my face in rugby.
Okay, you can barely see it.
Are you everyone made such a big deal about
Yeah,
it.
but do you know what? When I seen you on Saturday night, it was worse. But it's quick and quick.
I don't think it's that bad.
No.
Yeah. I thought it might bruise. I thought I might get a black eye, which I did not want.
That's what I would want.
No.
And I would have that over social media, be like, oh, rugby injury, hashtag.
No. It doesn't show up on my skin. It didn't show up. Like, if it was on the white skin, I think it would have showed up more. Yeah, and then Sunday I made a roast for everyone here, which was really sweet. And we played games. Jackbox TV I told you about, which is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
I keep meaning to send like a tweet thanking them because it's one of the best things that ever happened to me.
With thanking Jackbox.
Jackbox TV, it's unbelievable.
I must check
Unbelievable.
it. I must check it out.
How about you? How was your weekend?
Weekend was good. What did I do? Friday night I had a birthday party Friday night. I got drunk. Then I had a wedding on Saturday. I got drunk. Went out clubbing Saturday by myself.
Mhm.
Bumped into you. You were drunk. I then got drunk.
It's so weird that you just showed up there.
I know,
Alone. It's
yeah.
so funny.
It was, yeah, well, I did show up alone, and I was in my suit from the wedding.
Oh, I didn't notice it. You said it was a nice suit as well.
Yeah, it was
I
a
don't know
really
what it
nice
looks
suit.
like.
Got so much alcohol spilled on it.
Oh no.
Yeah. But, yeah, I met you, and then Sunday we went and we met, I met my friend for lunch, and then we went and I met the grooms again, and then a few of us went out for more drink last night, and then I had a McDonald's on the way home. Then today,
What do you eat in McDonald's?
the saddest little thing. I usually get a quarter pounder meal, large, without a bun, and I have to eat it with a knife and fork.
Yeah, you couldn't just eat it with your hands.
No, well, you could, but I tried when I was drunk once. And there's a picture of me and Gary Webb, and there's like mustard all around
Oh
here
my
because I
god.
was smashed. It was like we're in between rugby game and going to, what do you call that club that's not XXL but sort of rivals XXL? Is it still about?
In Vauxhall,
No, East London, near here, I'm guessing.
the Glory,
No,
Dawson Superstar,
no,
the Eagle.
no. Don't know what it's called.
Oh, the White Swan.
No.
Forget this conversation. Honestly, you have no idea what you're talking about.
I want. It's not Circuit. What is it?
Circus a bar in Soho.
Yeah, no, it's not that. It's something else. And it was always like, are you going to XXL or are you going to this club?
The Two Brewers.
No, it's here in East London.
The White Swan in Limehouse.
No, it's not the White. It's, oh my god. And you go underground, and I've been there. I can't remember. I've been there a couple of times. Anyway,
Heaven?
no, it's in East London.
Near what? I'm really interested now.
I think it's under a bridge. I'm going to Google it.
The Bridge.
No. Where is the bridge at?
Clapham.
Where did I say it was at?
East London.
Right. Oh dear, dear gay clubs, London.
But you went there. Oh no, you're talking about a burger.
Yeah, we're talking about burger.
Okay.
Do 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 do. Could you imagine that I'm on timeout?
Your photo right there. That's so funny.
the 10 best gay clubs in London. There's pictures come up. Could you imagine if you've just your photos?
Oh my god, I'm there.
Well, it happened. You got voted in one of the hottest guys from Bingham, didn't you?
I did in Sydney. Yeah.
Oh, he would have
Top
thought
10 guys.
I wasn't playing that year. But,
Yeah, did really well. I've never heard of some of these.
no.
VFD.
Yeah, what's this one? Anyway, it's going to really bore everybody else if we don't talk about something else. What I want to talk about in this episode is actually gay weddings.
Mm-hmm.
Because, not to get political, but in Northern Ireland we can't get married to same-sex partners.
Yeah.
I also want to point out I don't actually like the term gay wedding. I say it because it's what people say, but I said I hate myself for saying it. I prefer same-sex marriage.
Why?
I don't know, it's just like, a wedding is a wedding. A gay wedding is just a wedding with a same-sex couple. It's not a gay wedding, it's just a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you need to, when you're talking to somebody, the distinction is a same-sex couple or a same-sex partnership.
Yeah.
So I don't like, but it's all new. This is what fascinates me. And I was thinking, we've been to a same-sex marriage before.
Was that last year?
No, it was 2015.
Really?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Because it's all fairly new. I was thinking, when you think of a wedding, you think all the traditional stuff, and people living today are defining something new for the first time. What happens whenever a same-sex couple gets married? Because usually you have the groom stand at the front and the bride walks up the aisle.
Mm.
Like, what do we do? Like, I think it's fascinating.
I think the top would stand at the altar, and then the bottom would come down the aisle.
But what if there's two bottoms or two tops?
They wouldn't get married. There's no way. There's absolutely no way.
Well, it's true.
I'm joking.
No, of course you're not. Right? Because there's no tops ever.
I think that. Well, that's a good thing. Because I don't think the man has to stand there and wait for the women and stuff. No, they should both go down together.
Well, that's what this is. What Stuart and Matt are my friends who recently got married. That's what they did. They walked up together. The other marriage we went to, Mark and Buck, I don't think they walked up together. I think they walked in separately, like one before the other.
Okay,
maybe if
it wasn't at the same time. But it was a friend though.
Oh yeah, he walked in with somebody.
Yeah.
So I just think it's interesting that like we're at this era where we're defining things, because I think it's actually a bit scary, because I grew up never thinking I'd get married. Like even now, per me,
no one wants to marry me.
Nobody wants to marry me.
I still think it's really archaic that, like, I don't know if we want to say straight couples or same, or what the opposite to same sex is.
The opposite of same sex is disgusting.
different sexes, whatever. But the fact that it's still holding on, I find it really strange. I don't go to many weddings anyway, but going to these weddings that are like in these big old grand things, and these women spend loads on dresses. I think that's so old fashioned, outdated, and I don't think those weddings should be like that nowadays. No.
Well, it depends what you want. I mean, your wedding is your day. Make it whatever you want.
That's the problem with weddings in the first place.
Well, yeah. I mean, if somebody, personally, if I ever get married, I don't care about how much money I spend. I'll probably spend a lot of money on the rings.
Why?
Because it's the only thing you keep. It's the one thing that you keep after the wedding. Mm-hmm. And if it does go sour, you can still get rid of it. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't really depreciate too much, isn't it? It's jewellery.
Yeah. The other thing I don't really care about, if I'm bringing people around, I'd want a small wedding. I don't want a big one.
Absolutely.
I'll just make sure there's shitloads of free alcohol. Because people just want to have fun.
That's the most important thing.
Like, I don't want to buy into soppy biblical. Obviously, this is my wedding, and there's no groom, so I'm planning this myself. If I marry somebody who's religious and they want it, we'll have to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they'd want it in a church. You can get married in some churches, I guess. I
don't know if I want to get married in church. I don't want to sit.
They are beautiful buildings.
They are beautiful buildings, but you can pretty much hire any building out now. And there's a cafe that used to be a cathedral in East London, which is beautiful. You can just hire that out.
You don't remember the name of that place, do you?
No.
These places don't exist.
But
Do you
yeah.
want to get married now? You're saying
Well, I sort of didn't
until Saturday.
until Saturday. I did for a long time, and then I became single the last time and hated everyone that was happy in relationships. And then I thought, do you know what? Actually, I'm better off by myself. And then, yeah, I want to get married. I've started.
You're still on a high then from this
I
weekend.
was just like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't think you're back to ground yet.
No. But the thing is, like, the wedding that I was at was such a good wedding, and I full credit.
That's really good though, because I think it's hard to find a good wedding.
I think it's tricky to get the wedding. And I have to say again, the two same-sex marriage weddings that we've been at, I think are the best weddings I've ever been to.
Have you been to many? I've not been to many.
I've been to a few, yeah. I just, as somebody who's not religious, I just find the hour-long church service pointless.
No one enjoys that. Not a single person, including the people getting married, enjoy it.
No. It's
so boring.
Boring.
Oh my god.
But no, the wedding just passed. It was brilliant. They'd obviously spent a good bit of money. The food was beautiful. Literally people were looking around to see who had not finished the food. I had to go to the toilet at one point, and I was like licking my steak. I was like, "Don't touch this."
No.
Yeah, I didn't lick it, but I just said, "I'm coming back."
But everyone had an individual steak.
Yeah, which was perfectly. They didn't
ask you how you wanted.
They didn't ask you how you wanted,
fair.
but each one tasted delicious. I was very lucky to get a very rare one because I love rare meat. But yeah, nobody was like, "Well, I'm not going to eat this because it's overdone." Like everything tasted beautiful.
That's good.
Yeah, it was so good. And what I loved about it, because I'm a fussy fucker. What I loved about the service, like the people there was 2 people per table. So when you're collecting plates and stuff, they're gone in a second. Like it was, everything was just
a lot of people there. Like
service, yeah. And everything was so efficient. It was all high quality. People were friendly. Like there was no, sometimes you get like a miserable waiter who's there like,
It's always young little kids there, isn't it?
Yeah,
like 14 years old.
Well, that guy who served us today, Nando's, like he didn't want to be there. But yeah, no, the service was good. The speeches were hilarious. Like
really?
Yeah, no, they were.
Matt's quite funny though.
Matt cried, and then I cried. Because I was stood near the speeches, and he was talking about when he realised he wanted to marry Stu, and he started like, "Oh, I'm gonna cry," and then I was sitting watching him. I was just so happy for him, and I was just like, "I'm gonna cry."
Why are you so elated over this wedding?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Well, this is what I said to Tom. I said to Tom afterwards, "Tom, I discovered a new emotion today," and he was like, "What? Selflessness?" And I was like, "No, being happy for other people." And he's like, "That's selflessness."
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just so happy for other people. And then I'm happy at myself for being happy for other people.
I'm just so giving of my feelings.
So, yeah. But the wedding was, like I said, the speeches were really good. Look, so what I also think was really good, they had a maid of honour and they had a best man.
Each?
No. So they had a maid of honour and best man for the wedding. Luke was the best man. And then Elaine was the maid of honour. Elaine knows Stu, and well, Luke I guess knows everyone, but it was again, and those are the 4 people did speeches: the 2 grooms, and because usually the father of the bride would, but there's no bride, which I thought was nice because the bride doesn't usually give a speech at the wedding, would she?
No,
which I think is bad.
Well, it's this whole thing about women. I'm sure there's something ridiculous in it.
But I thought it was nice hearing off both people get married, and I thought it was really, really nice.
I'd be so. Do you know? Because like even you and I, we both like to speak and stuff like that, and I think I like the way that I present it in front of people. But I'd be incredibly nervous about preparing a speech for someone.
Yeah.
On my own, because I'd want it to be funny and
yeah. Well, I literally made the decision after seeing what a good job Luke did. I said I never want to be anyone's best man.
Really?
I do.
That's a good thing. No one will ask you.
No, but I would purposely not. If somebody did,
you wouldn't say no.
I would say no.
That's not nice.
Why?
Because they're asking you for a reason.
Yeah, but I won't.
That is not selfless. That's selfish.
No, it's very selfless.
No, it isn't.
It is because I'm saying to you that I appreciate. I'll do something else for your wedding. I'll come, but I wouldn't be good at giving a speech.
What made you think that from that? Was the speech so bad?
Looks was brilliant. Oh no, it was.
Did you say it was bad because you said that offline? You didn't say that before, bitch.
You are one shitty. Listen, keep going the way you're going, and you'll get a black eye to match it.
Oh my days. You.
I was like, what did I say?
Nothing.
I didn't say anything.
Anyway.
I was like, because I was thinking, I was like,
did I say that?
no, but I was like, but I genuinely really enjoyed the speech. Why would I tell a lie just to be a bitch? I can see why I'd do that.
Yeah, no.
But only when Fluke was here. Like, it would only be beneficial if he was here and I was saying his speech was really shit. But
It was actually good.
sadly, he did really, really well.
I went to my cousin's 1 year ago, right? To her wedding, and her husband, or groom, whatever you call them, his best man gave a speech, right? He brought a bag of props. It went on for over an hour.
No.
Over an hour.
Clocked out by then.
People were literally like reclining in their seats, lying across chairs. My mum is a lightweight, and she got drunk halfway through.
She
Nowhere
sobered up or what?
Didn't sober up.
Oh.
She went, nope, I need to leave, and then left. And then some people were like, oh,
Well
because
done.
they were just jealous. She was like, no, I can't do this. Need to leave. I walked out. I went to our room.
Fair play.
We had to go and get her. And then my aunt went out afterwards because she was falling asleep.
Yeah.
It was so bad though. Over an hour.
No. That's selfish.
And it wasn't funny.
That's selfish.
Yeah.
It's selfish. Yeah. No, it was good. The speeches were short. Like
That's
Luke's was the longest, but it wasn't that long. Like
what was the longest? Like how long would that be?
I'm going to say about 7-8 minutes.
That's good.
I still don't know. Like I might be totally wrong. It felt.
But it wasn't 20 minutes. Yeah.
I wasn't there sitting saying, "Oh, is he still talking?" But no, it was good. All the speeches were good.
That's nice.
Yeah. What else was really good? I don't remember there being any slow dance moments. Not one. I don't remember one slow dance moment.
Did you catch the bouquet?
There was no bouquet.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so
I would be in that fight. I don't even want to get married.
No.
But
Do you want to get married? I didn't even ask. Do you want to get married? I'm not asking you to marry me. I'm asking you, do you want to get
There's evidence.
Will you marry somebody?
Let
me just drop something on the ground here. I'm not asking you to marry me.
That's okay,
I'm asking you if you want to get
the
married.
ring would slip out of your hand because you'd sweat and get so greasy. But they wouldn't be romantic. Anyway, no, marriage is not important to me in any way, shape, or form. Now, I'm not against it. So, if my partner at the time was like, I want to get married. I mean, even in my last relationship, when we did sort of speak about it, he was like, he wants to get married. He wants this thing. I'd be like, fine, fair enough. I'd have some rules. Like, I'm not spending all of my money on a wedding.
No.
In fact, the ceremony would have to be 20 minutes long and the party would have to be shit hot.
Yeah.
That's my only requirement, but also I don't want to spend that much money.
No.
Because I'd rather spend it on us going away.
Yeah.
But actual marriage itself doesn't symbolize anything important.
Okay.
Because I believe building your life with someone, a house, children, family, all of these sorts of things, that is a symbol of the commitment. And I find weddings to be...
Well, that's the ring.
The most... It doesn't mean anything.
Well, it does. It means you're committed to somebody else.
How many people do you know with a ring in their finger that still go with other people?
How do you know? You can't say that. You have people at home with kids that still go with other people they're not in a relationship with. The thing I spend the most money on is the rings, because that's the thing that keeps with you forever. The party, I'd have a party for other people coming. I want to celebrate the day. But I wouldn't care about... I wouldn't be spending shitloads of money on flowers, or I wouldn't be spending shitloads of money on a suit. Or, I wouldn't care about that.
For me to celebrate our relationship is for us, because I went to a wedding, one of my friends' wedding. They got married, right? And I remember in the build up to it, he was like, I can't believe how much money we're spending. And he did end up spending 40 grand on the wedding, right? They broke up a month later.
No.
And he never even wanted the wedding. And he was like, I'd rather spend that money on a 6-month honeymoon. And I was like, that makes complete sense to me.
Yeah.
So that money disappeared.
That's bad.
That was bad on his part. He was really, really bad. But yeah, things like that. And, and it was one of those church weddings that just went on for a bit. And it was just, I don't know. I'm not completely against it, but I do find weddings, and ones like that in particular, those traditional ones, to be the most selfish, self-fulfilling, indulgent. It's so indulgent, overindulgent. Yep. You're just like, look at me and my magical day. Look how amazing I look in this dress.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's all for you. The party is for other people, but that's all for you. And I think that fair enough it is for you to spend all the money. But why?
Mm.
I don't know. That's not the way I'd want to. I want to be indulgent, and I want to do that by traveling for 6 months with the money that I would have spent on that wedding.
Yeah. But do you think I think what's going to happen with weddings, as always, gay people will set the trend. So the trend now that we're setting is quick, efficient, fun weddings. Street people come to our weddings and be like, that's a good wedding.
Women won't feel that way. Not traditional women.
Well, I think there's so much pressure on people these days to spend money on other stuff. Like, do you know what I mean? You could spend lots of money on a wedding for the 100 people who's going to be there. Or you could spend the same money, like you say, on a long, long holiday. And think of all the Instagram likes you'll get. Because that's what matters these days.
Instagram likes for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you going to say? You looked at me there as if to say.
No, I was just thinking about going on holiday.
Oh, I wish I was going on holiday.
Yeah.
I'm on holiday right now.
Yeah. You're getting hammered.
Yeah.
It's exotic London.
Oh. See what, the weather's been good.
Yeah, it was really nice on Saturday.
Yeah, and
You look like you got 10.
I did. It's the light bulb in here.
Oh yeah, you were inside as well.
Yeah.
That's so bizarre. But no, it's good that the speeches were, because although my twin brother won't, right? So I always imagined that I'd be his best man, and then he told me a couple of years ago that I wouldn't be his best man. And I was like, excuse me,
Well,
excuse me.
okay.
I think it's wrong, but he says I still won't be. So I'm like, fine, whatever. I hate you. But if I were to get married, he would be my best man.
Well, I had this conversation yesterday, but going on from the conversation where I was like, I don't want to be anybody's best man, and I was thinking, I also don't want anybody close to be my best man. And it's not the fact that the reason being is at my wedding, I want all my friends there to have a good time. I don't want one sitting panicking about is this happening on time? Is this happening on time? I want them to be able to just sit and enjoy my day. I'd rather bring a random party planner, inverted commas, in to organise everything and be there to make sure it's running smoothly, like a wedding planner, I guess.
But they don't do that at a normal wedding, do they?
I don't know. I'd hire them to do.
They do that for the stag do, and then they prepare like their speech and maybe some of the rings. But I didn't think they.
Well, they have to be there.
Maybe things in the morning, I guess.
They have to be there ushering, making sure people are there at the right time, and they have to be,
That's one of those traditional weddings. Like,
Well,
I wouldn't care if
that's-
things were going on time except for the meal.
Well, I have to say, at this wedding, there was a schedule.
Oh,
a
really?
spreadsheet. You know, you're talking about a lawyer and a project manager
Yeah.
doing a wedding. There was a schedule, but for example, I seen something on the schedule, and it was at 4:40, bread to be placed on table.
Was it at 4:40 then?
It was on the time.
You need to watch this show, right? So it's on Netflix. It's one of those terrible shows. Do you have Netflix?
Yeah.
Sometimes it does this thing where like it will give you 5 stars, and then you watch it, and then it goes down to like 1.5 stars.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Okay.
And sometimes we used to watch these terrible, terrible shows on Netflix, like Obese at 13 or something like that.
Sounds brilliant.
And this one is about like the tightest people doing weddings, and it was in Australia. So they do like weddings on a budget, and and then do their flowers for like $15 and all this sorts of stuff, and it just doesn't run on time. And there's this one where this woman's there, and the wedding's going terribly. It's not on time. There's no food. They're sitting there, and then the bride is there, and next to her is like a bridesmaid, and she goes, "Are you not having fun?" And the girl was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, your face doesn't look like it. You're not smiling or anything. You can leave if you want to." Like in the middle of the wedding, as it was going like worse and worse, and I was like, "You're just making this worse for yourself." But it's a terrible show. It's so good.
I'm gonna watch
They're
it.
trying to be so tight with these weddings. Yeah. I
Oh,
remember she was a bitch though. She deserved it.
yeah.
So funny.
She's probably divorced by now.
Probably.
Mm.
I don't know. The guy had no teeth as well.
No.
Like yeah, it was proper like country bumpkins.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Well, that's all I want to talk about weddings. I love weddings. I want to congratulate all the couples out there, and especially congratulate my friends Matt and Stu, who got married. Had a brilliant wedding. Thank you for having me.
Congratulations. I liked that one had a bow tie and one had a tie. I appreciated that.
That was nice.
Yeah.
I like the colour scheme. They had a nice colour scheme.
Their suits.
Yeah. They had like a tweedy green,
Mm.
and then they had mustard, which looked nice, and then everybody else was dressed in navy.
What was mustard? The tie?
The ties were
Was it?
mustard, yeah. And then there's the flowers, I think, were like thistles, like white thistles,
I don't know what
but
that
they had like Scottish, okay. And then they had little tiny soft mustard flowers as well. And yeah, the bridesmaid wore a navy dress and a little mustardy.
is. Fascinator?
Yeah, something. It was good. No, it was very nice colour scheme. They did it good. And I did like the bow tie and tie.
Yeah.
I would have to have a tie.
Really? You don't like bow ties?
I don't like bow ties.
I like bow ties.
But
We're going to have it at our wedding.
Oh my god, I just asked you.
I didn't say yes. Just so we're clear.
Tease. Matt and Stu both lost shitloads of weight for this wedding. I have to say,
I could tell. Like I was like,
well, they know because they literally
Okay.
they've been starving themselves since
when I
January.
saw the pictures, because I expected something else. I saw the pictures. I was like,
yeah.
oh my days.
No, they
Is
look
that them? Because
very handsome. It looked like half they were last year.
properly.
No, they looked really, really good. But they, like they said, they've been on a really strict diet since January when they decided to get married.
Okay.
Um,
They did this. They got engaged in January.
I'm going to say yes.
That's quite quick wedding. Like turnaround, isn't it?
I think somebody's pregnant. Anyway, so that's what I'm talking about. Wedding. Congratulations. Now the pressure's on for me to better it. I don't think I can. First, I need a groom, I guess.
I mean, maybe you could do like a new trailblazing thing where you just get married alone.
Well, I'm going to set a trend. Why don't I have auditions?
What would that look like? A show?
Just me walking down the aisle.
So funny.
See a mirror.
That is the most indulgent thing.
He wants to come to my wedding.
Oh my god.
Nobody's invited because
So
it's just me. It's Ashley's day.
Imagine 120 people and you're marrying yourself.
Registering for
Literally
gifts.
so good.
Register for anything I wanted. I would share them.
This is so bizarre.
It's like in the episode of Sex and the City where Carrie marries herself.
I haven't seen it.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, he's got FIFA.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I can definitely play that.
Was it a PlayStation?
Yeah.
PlayStation 4?
PlayStation 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it PlayStation 4? I have no idea what it's called.
Oh.
Whatever that PlayStation is.
I guess PlayStation 4.
Yeah. It's the latest one.
Yeah.
Anyway,
there's a really good Spider-Man game on that.
Apparently, yeah.
My brother's playing it. I ripped him apart for playing it, but
Why?
Well, I was just like saying, well, it's not realistic, is it? Like basically, there was this bit where give me time. So this bit where these elevator doors are open, and Spider-Man's crawling up, and he has to get the guys who are stood by the elevator.
Okay.
But I'm like, they wouldn't just be stood there. Like this is just all you have to do. The guys just wouldn't be stood there. What are the chances all these guys just stand here by the lift like that?
There might be like guards.
No,
sentries.
they're not. They were just no.
Well, I don't know.
Anyway, what you want to talk about? I was right. You were wrong. Move on.
I wanted to talk about something really happy, and that's loneliness. Because, I like to talk about it. Obviously, you talked about, we're both newly single and stuff, and went through like a period of, I don't know, feeling lonely.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I'm getting out of that phase now and learning to sort of deal with being by myself. And even having these conversations, I had a conversation with someone else who doesn't live in London. And they're like, well, you live in London, so, you've got people around you all the time. And I was like, well, it's true, but it's not really the same, isn't it? It's not about just having people around you.
No. You can be incredibly lonely in this city.
I think so, for sure. Because for me, it wasn't just about the fact that there were people around, but it's about like genuine connections and things like that.
Yeah.
And it's just, obviously we've spoken about it before about apps
Mm-hmm.
that you use, and you just kind of use it for attention. Or I used it for attention and
fills the space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it did for a need because I wanted to feel confident, a bit more confident, a bit happier with myself in that maybe I am attainable in some way to other people. People might find me attractive. But then I just recently I was like, I'm just using it for no reason. Like I don't want to. I've decided I don't really want to just hook up, like just like go to someone's house and stuff. It's not really me. It's not my style. And I didn't want to date, so. And then I was just chatting to people that I wasn't interested in getting to know really, or it was just because I'm sitting here in this house now, like Fridays, my Friday ritual.
Make a kebab.
Yeah, just almost feeling sorry for myself because I didn't have any plans, I didn't have anything to do.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, I don't reach out to many people and say like, oh, because I don't know, like like you got like WhatsApp groups. I don't want to be like, oh, who's out on a Friday? I'd get quite like conscious about that.
Well, I don't like when people post, is anybody in town tonight?
Yeah.
On the Facebook. It's like, I would never do that because I'd be scared that somebody who I'm friends with from Facebook who I don't really like will be like, oh, I'm in town. I'll be like, well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Like, okay. And then I'm like, who am I? Like, I'm the one asking who's in town. And then when somebody's like, I will spend time with you. It's like, well, actually, no, your time isn't that important to me anymore. I'd rather be by myself and spend time with you. So that's why I would never do it.
Yeah.
I look bad.
Yeah, and you don't want it to be, and and I do have like friends and stuff, but I don't know, it's difficult. Like I have like a select number of friends that I'd be like messaging them.
But if you're in a group of WhatsApp with your friends, like me, you, and whoever else we'd hang around with, you'd be okay saying, does anybody want drinks tonight?
I don't have any groups that are like 6 and above. It's either 3 or 4 people,
Yeah.
or the rugby club one, which is like 35 or 40 people.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Well, see, we have one of our groups, which is Matthew got married, Luke the best man, Tom the usher, and me, the one in that group who wasn't asked to be part of the wedding.
The only one.
The only one. Maybe because I'm too pretty and I'd overshadow everyone else. Mm-mm.
Anyway, carry on.
We have a little group, and I would ask, like, we'd say, "Do you want to go for drinks tonight?" And then
My friendship groups have changed a
usually
lot,
say no.
like over the past couple of years. Like you, Drew, things like that. Like, and then Jordan. Everyone that I sort of knew or had a group with has like moved out of London.
Yeah.
So then I've got my housemates now, and we start spending more time. But there's only 2 of them. And then I asked like my brother and stuff, but he's got a girlfriend now. We've like reversed. He's always busy. And I think I mentioned before, I have this like newfound respect and love for my family. I want to put a lot of attention into them. And he's always busy. And I started playing football on a Thursday because I want to spend more time with him. And he's never playing football on Thursday.
Yeah.
So I like playing it anyway. But I actually kind of really only did it to spend time with him.
Right.
And
well, if he's not there, my advice would be...
No one asked. You know.
My advice would be don't go and spend that time on yourself.
Don't.
Yeah, don't go to football.
Oh, but I like it anyway. I actually enjoyed it much more than I thought I would. What prompted this, though, sorry, is the fact that the news was on when I went to my mum's. I visited my mum's the other week, and it was on about young people and the fact that nowadays, they did a big survey, and it's going to show on BBC like all the research and they've done. But nowadays, 16 to 24-year-olds is the demographic with like the highest score of feeling lonely at some point. So it's not just older people. In fact, young people feel more lonely than those that are older.
I mean, I'm in this mode at the minute where...
Did I tell you I was 24?
I know you told me you're 24.
Yes.
The face doesn't tell me that.
It's because I got kicked in the face.
Yeah, it's not the
It was good
problem.
before that.
No. I have this thing at the minute where it's a generational thing. And I was chatting about this to totally something unrelated but slightly related about anxiety.
I think they're completely related, by the way. They
okay,
are.
well, good, because I think they're close.
Yeah.
But I think what I'm going to say applies to both.
Mm-hmm.
I think people today don't know how to deal with anxiety in the sense of if somebody feels, and anxiety happens, and that's natural. We all get anxious. We all get sad. My boss said it really well to me quite recently. He's like, we all get these emotions. We're not in control of our emotions, so we shouldn't be embarrassed that we're sad. We shouldn't be embarrassed that we're anxious. It happens. It's chemical. It's a chemical reaction. We don't have any control over it. What we're in control of is what we do as part of those actions, which makes sense. So, if you're sad and you're feeling in a certain way, you're in control of what you do. You shouldn't be embarrassed with being sad. And that's why I think it comes down to like a lot of, if you are feeling sad, and I'm not going to say it's only men, but majority of men probably suffer from the inability to express emotions more.
Mm-hmm.
It's a case of don't be embarrassed about being sad. Sadness happens. Talk about it. And that's, when it comes to mental health and suicide and stuff like that, it's a big factor. But kids today would feel anxious. I say kids, like people in that demographic, like I'd say anybody under 30 would probably, in my head, they go to the doctor feeling anxious, and the first thing the doctor gives is antidepressants. It's like, no, people are anxious. You don't need treatment to be anxious. You need to deal with how you're anxious.
Well, the treatment you need is not a chemical pill. It's like conversation or something.
Yeah. It's therapy if something extremely cancers, or just being comfortable and knowing that you have it's not the doctor's job to do it. The doctor's job is to do what he has to do. But I think comes an onus on us to take responsibility for our own feelings and I'm totally happy to talk about any of my feelings. And I would sit and talk to anyone. They might not listen, but as I get off my chest, and I think I'm also very lucky that I have friends that I could call up and cry to or whatever. If I'm feeling bad and if I'm having a tough time, I can call them and they'll listen. I think, not to take over your story, but similar to loneliness, I think people today are so expectant of the double taps on Instagram and the likes on Facebook that when you don't get it, because it's a bit of a hit.
It's completely that.
Yeah, and when you don't get that and you're dealt with the real world, it's like, well, the real world isn't about liking every single photograph you put up. The real world is sometimes shit, and it's going to be bad. And maybe that, so when you do feel lonely, it's not that you're actually lonely. It's just the fact that you're not having an Instagram retweet or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Well, I think social media plays a factor in these things nowadays because obviously, like, older people never had that, right? And then nowadays, people are seeking that validation.
Yeah.
I definitely was using Scruff or like one of these apps because it gives you might not feel as lonely, you're almost searching for some sort of connection. The thing is like, for me, there was no connection that was happening, and I was actually realizing that I don't need to do that sort of stuff. But one thing that I do quite often is I'm a big texter, like I'll text a lot, and if I'm bored, I'll text and then try and get into like a conversation. But it just happened quite often, and even then, I was just like trying to deal with like being alone. And on this study that they're talking about in the BBC, they're saying like it's got nothing to do with like social skills, your ability to be chatty and stuff, but those that suffer from loneliness have like low trust issues. They don't trust not low trust issues, low trust in others, and high anxiety, and that mixture seems to make people feel lonely.
Sorry, pardon me. I just burped. Low trust issues and high anxiety, and that makes them feel lonely.
Not makes them. It is a result of, or like those that feel lonely tend to not trust others, and so they don't trust their relationship, or trust that they can express how they feel to other people.
Burped again.
And tend to have higher anxiety. And because they feel higher anxiety, they don't trust that they can reveal it to others. And so now, because they can't express their true feelings, so if someone says, how are you? They're like, oh, I feel great. Despite the fact that they just had like the worst day ever.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So that mixture of the fact that they feel like, and I felt the same way. Like, I feel like my feelings are quite strong in general, right? And I suffered from, me and my friend Holly actually were quite lucky because we were going through it for the same time. And I think it was heavily work related. But at the end of last year and this year, I suffered anxiety like I've never had before. I'd never had true anxiety, what I thought until then. And I never, like, for me it was anyway, it seems. Because I don't know if you felt it, but we felt similar. Like, it's that weird pit in your heart kind of feeling, like when you wake up immediately and you've got this like empty space in your chest.
Well, no, I've not had it from like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you mean. I don't wake up feeling anxious for no reason. I wake up feeling anxious for if I know I'm going to have a terrible day at work. I'll be like, brace myself for this really busy day, or I don't know how I'm going to get through this day. Like, we
were just waking up feeling that way regardless of what happened.
Oh my god, and I've never had that.
Yeah. So and we knew that it had work. The work wasn't going well at all. Things, our confidence was really, really low, and we're going through it at the same time. So we were talking daily about it because it was just there all the time. So I'm out on a Friday night, Saturday night rugby, and I literally can feel it in my body.
Oh wow!
And it went on for months.
I've never had that.
Yeah, it went on for honestly, it was awful. And then small little triggers like were just like it just wasn't in control of my emotions. I wasn't able to deal with it. But the issue that I had was even before that, I didn't realize that I always thought I was really open with my feelings. Turns out I'm not. Jordan says I'm not. People at work, my mum, everyone was like, Matt, no, you don't tell anyone how you truly feel. And I was like, that is shocking.
I would say you do. I think you do to me. I think you and I have had pretty deep conversations.
I don't think it's about like, I think that's like events, but not maybe necessarily how I feel. Like I'll tell you if something had happened, but I'd never be like,
oh no, because
this is what, and I think there was an element, I think it got worse. Maybe since before you left London, there was a period, especially in like a relationship, where it just got worse. I got more and more closed off over the past 2 years.
Since I left?
Probably in the past year and a half.
Okay.
I've gotten worse and worse. In fact, since last year, I would say like May, when I started having big issues in my relationship, first of all.
Really?
Yeah. And work changed a lot. My manager changed. It was terrible. And I just got more and more closed off.
Well, they're quite big. Like, when it comes to life things, work's really important. Relationships really important. I'd say living conditions are really important. And I would say friendships are really important. And I think there's also like this rule where if you have a relationship, I think it's relationship, work, and friendship. And usually you can only have two that go well. And if you want the other, if you need to sacrifice one basically to make the other two.
Who says that?
It's like some, just because of the amount of time we have in the day.
Yeah.
Like if you want to have a good career and a good relationship, chances are you're not going to see friends that often. If you want to have good friends and a good relationship, you want to need a job that's pretty low hours to make that happen. And then the other, I can't remember what it was. So yeah, I mean, but they're all quite big things. Like, and even like the destruction, I wouldn't say destruction, but like when people go through breakups and people need to move houses and people like friend problems, they're some of the most stressful things in your life. Like,
yeah, for sure.
I think it. I don't know. I'm sorry, I was going.
What?
I was going. Sometimes I think we underplay it. I've moved house quite a lot, and it's so stressful.
Moving's one of the worst things ever.
I hate it, but
It really is. It's
Yeah.
awful.
I think I might. I always remember whenever I was junior at my work, and I was working on £1 million projects for, I think Adidas was the brand, and high expectations set on me for somebody who was young. I purposely bit off more than I can chew because I wanted to prove myself, and that's just the type of person I am. I'm very focused on my work, but I remember one of the more senior guys. This shit had just hit the pan. This one of the more senior guys just turned to me and says, "Ashley, how are you not stressed?" And I'm like, "Well, me getting stressed about this isn't going to make it easier. It's going to make it harder. So I'm going to take 5 minutes, chill the fuck out, get a plan together, and attack it. Like I can only do what I can do. I'll stay here all night to do it if it takes that, but I'm human, and I'll just make sure nobody dies because that's the worst case scenario."
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't know you were going through such a tough time.
What now?
No, back in.
Because I didn't tell anyone. I didn't say all the time.
But I wasn't about it, and I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Because I think genuinely, like, when you broke up with your other ex,
Michael.
Defel?
Yeah.
Duflu.
Duffel.
Duful?
Dufle. Yeah.
Michael, like, there was that moment on the balcony, do you remember?
Yeah.
And I was there, and you were like, there, and the leakage was happening from the eye, and I had the camera in one hand, ready, but I realized, you know what, this is a tender moment, and I'm going to put the camera away and see how you're doing.
And that was a big change as well because I changed my job like weeks before that. I decided to change everything.
Oh, you did, yeah? Yeah.
And I think it just happens all at the same time, but I let it build up for
Sometimes
such a long time.
life shit like that, it deals you 3 bad blows. Right,
they were kind of my choice. I think I let it build up for a long time and then decided I'm just going to do it all in one swift blow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I was going through a hard time and stuff, and I think I'm coming through it. And I'm learning to deal with like myself. I think being alone is different to being lonely, and I felt lonely recently, not to a massive extent, but just because I didn't know how to be alone. And so, and then, I don't like messaging loads of people all the time to be like, oh, you're not doing anything. And then the people that I used to aren't in London.
Yeah.
So even, I try and message my brother, but he's always busy. Yeah. I'd like to do more stuff with him. So I need to find those sort of groups, which is fine.
Yeah.
But that's okay as well. That's not a problem now.
Yeah. Well, you've also gone through a breakup, which is similar to me. And I thrive in my own space. Like, I love it.
I'm not used to it.
Yeah, you lived with somebody and
been in my family. I've always been out. I've always done stuff every single day.
Like this is the first time ever where you've actually. This is the first time you've lived by yourself.
Well, I mean, lived with other people, but yeah.
Well, yeah, independently without not being in a relationship.
Or my mum's house.
Yeah. So this is an exciting new time for you, and the only company around you are non-family members, non-partner, and they've all got their own lives going on. Do you know what I mean? So it's different, but. What you'll need to do now, which again, my advice to you, Agony Ash, this is me, is learn to enjoy your own company.
Well, that's why I'm saying it now because recently, so one of our friends, I was like, how? And my brother, even before, he was like almost content with like he was going to be alone and stuff. And then one of our other friends, he's alone a lot, and I'm like, how do you deal with this? Like, and he's like, it's fine, I'm used to it. I guess you do get used to it. But I was just finding it really, really strange. Like I was like, I don't know, I kind of needed this human interaction most days. And it's funny because my work is all people related, right?
Yeah.
But I'm on the tube a lot, and then I don't have a team now because I'm going to like different restaurants and stuff. And so there's no like real dependency or connection with these individuals.
Yeah.
And I pretty much just work alone. So yeah, it was just finding it quite interesting. And then when I saw the fact that young people almost are allowed to feel the same way as, and then they were saying because it was done on the internet at the first, it was saved on the computer, and maybe older generation literally don't use the computers, whereas young people it's easy accessible.
Yeah.
But then also might be a new wave of generation now that mental health addressing it is important, and it's less so that you need to keep everything inside. There's also maybe that influx that people are being more open about their feelings.
Yeah.
Because I think there is that, now these things are being addressed. Anxiety is being addressed, hopefully, bit by bit, and dealing with certain issues. So,
but also like people out there who focus on social media, there's such a one-way stream on social media, and that can also add to people feeling lonely because all they're seeing is other people out posting pictures of their friends on holiday. literally, social media is the best bits of the best bits of that. Do you know what I mean?
And it's falsified.
It's totally
Have
falsified.
you ever been in a picture where, like, have you ever had dinner with people and it's only okay,
Mm.
right? It's only okay, and then someone's like, let's take a picture, and then they take it, and you look at the post, and you're like, those people. I was there, and it wasn't that fun.
Yeah, like I want to be there.
Yeah, I wasn't even.
I want to be
there.
at that party.
Yeah, and I was there.
Yeah, and it was shit.
Yeah.
That's not how I remember.
It wasn't like that. But everyone's like, yeah, you know, like
everybody's like really miserable, and then the camera comes out, and they're like, oh!
yeah,
And
absolutely.
then camera goes away, and like
Suddenly
oh,
you're living your
so
best
much
life,
shit,
and you're like,
yeah.
exactly, and that isn't good for that.
No, and then there's also people don't want to hear anything negative on Facebook because then you get a bad rep for being that person who posts miserable. So you're not allowed to post stuff that are negative or emotional, or do you know what I mean?
Especially because and Instagram is like the biggest one now, and you can't be unhappy in pictures almost.
No,
like no one wants to see those sort of pictures.
No, that's why
it's
post
all
pictures
holiday.
of my feet.
Yeah. But I guess Twitter's for that, but that's a bit different. That's like, you know, trolling. But a lot of social media is just about how happy and great your life is when it's not actually true.
Which then, for all the people out there who are in a bit of a rut mentally, see all these people having good times, it's like they're not having great times. Everyone in this world is going through the problems that we're all going through. And like I said, it's not a case of we all get these emotions and you shouldn't feel bad about these emotions that make you feel the way you do. It's your actions off the back of it.
And I don't know whether, I guess some people might feel bad, but you also maybe feel like, you know, you might feel weaker or you're not justified in your feelings. And it's a shame because one thing I was reading about as well is the fact that in a lot of like Northern European countries in the US where independence is promoted, you know, you're supposed to grow up and be independent, expressing how you feel, people seem to be more lonely in these places because you're meant to be independent, you're meant to thrive on your own. Whereas like places where your extended family and your group of family is important, so not just your immediate family, but the wider circle, people feel less lonely because they have more people to go to. It's about literally, you know, in African places and Southern Europe, like Italy and South America, you know, everything's about your family, your family. And they're, you know, they rely on each other. Whereas that might not happen in this country. And, you know, I keep saying I've only, you know, and this is my bad, I've only got a newfound appreciation for the concept of family.
Yeah. But there's also, I would say I'm closer to a lot of my friends here from London than I am to my actual family members. And I would consider my friends in London my second family. And you can make your own family.
Well, that's a very gay thing, isn't it? Especially when like...
Yeah. Most gay people have had the same story at some point. Like, you know, means we all have a connection from something in common. It's corny as it sounds, like a lot of people here are my family. You're my family. You're my sister from another mister.
And I thought that about my friends and my closer friends, but then I also disregarded my own family, which was bad.
Also important. I mean, if you have the option to connect with your family, definitely do.
Yeah, because they didn't do anything to me. You know, like there was no reason for it. Well, I mean, there were reasons for it, but that was a long time ago. Yeah, and we need to let that shit go.
Yeah. Well, that's what I like now at the minute when we go home is we spend a lot of time.
You play a lot of games.
Playing games, yeah. My brother's partners, my mom would join playing cards against my mum.
I would never play with my mum.
Well, I play cards against humanity with my mom.
Wait, if you're playing that game with your family, that's not a family game.
No, but my family have connected a lot since I've been there.
It's nice. And that's happened when I moved back home.
Yeah, when you went back.
Yeah. Before I moved here, and I just realised, like, you know, just how much my family do care for me and they look after me, and I didn't feel lonely there at all. And I mean, a little bit, but not loads. But they were just trying to give me some space as well. But it's just interesting because now I'm in the same place, and even this weekend, maybe there's something in the air because I felt exceptionally happy this weekend, and I still do now.
Just because I'm here.
I didn't see you, but
you did see me on Saturday.
I don't know. I was just really like, I was feeling myself on Saturday for some reason. Like honestly, I was just so happy with myself at rugby, and then just this weekend, I was just so happy, and I feel really like confident and cheerful and able to like be alone. I still do get like bored sometimes, and I don't know, like I'm being able to deal with it a lot better.
Well, some more advice. You don't have to ask for it. You're getting it.
Oh, thank you so much.
Well, no, I'm just gonna say,
this is the story of me coming out of this feeling.
If you ever need somebody to talk to, you know
I know that for sure. But the problem is, I speak to you every fucking week. I'm trying to deal with it. That's my problem. I used to try and deal with it, but I tried to deal with it on my own. But what I'm trying to do is be able to articulate how I feel. Yeah. And sometimes, if I'm feeling something quite strongly, I'll just wait a little bit to try and like rationalize it a little bit better.
Yeah.
And if I can't, then I tend to like cry out for help. But it's just feelings are so complex, isn't it? Like it's so bizarre.
Feelings.
Yeah, it's strange.
Yeah. But again, like you said, you can't control them, so there's no point overthinking them. I know it's easier said than done. One of my life lessons came from my gran. I remember there was this one time I broke, I think it was a Charles and Diana memorial plate, and I got so upset that I broke it to the point where I was sick. I was so upset I was sick. My gran just she's like, "What are you crying for? Crying's not going to fix it. Who cares?" Lesson learned. And then Lady Olea from Game of Thrones.
The really old lady.
Yeah.
Who just sits in a garden.
Yeah. Marjorie Tyrell, her granny.
Yeah.
She says it really well.
Oh, no, I've seen that. Yeah,
Yeah, she's like, I can't even remember what she says now. But she says something like,
great story. Great advice.
once the milk's been squeezed, you can't put it back in the udder.
Yeah.
Just get on with it. Make the best of the situation.
Yeah. Anyway, it's just interesting that younger people in London as well feel similarly, and that you can have all of these people around you, but you can still feel quite lonely.
Yeah.
And that trust thing that really stood out for me is the fact that it's low trust in others. You know, and sometimes I can be quite cynical about like trying to open up to other people because I feel like maybe they wouldn't care about my feelings. But a lot of my friends have made me feel otherwise and shown only support. And it's important to use that. So when I do have like any faltering ideas about, oh, you know what, not even individuals, just in general, I'm not going to tell people how I feel. That goes quite quickly because I realise. Yeah,
no, definitely lean on your friends. I wouldn't go up to a stranger and be like, listen to my problems.
I hate those people so much, but I'm like, how are you? But that's the thing, because some people are like, oh, they had a bad day. And then, you know, someone says, how are you? I'm not going to be like, oh, it's just awful.
Yeah.
I hate those people. I was like, I wasn't asking really. I don't care.
No, yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
But maybe that's why they shouldn't trust me.
No.
But those people that give away far too much at the start, I'm like, oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah.
But those are just my thoughts over the past, actually 2 weeks, really, because I wanted to speak about it before as well, because it just rang true to me, because it was how I was feeling, and how sometimes I do feel, but I've never really, I'm getting new feelings. Anxiety was a feeling that I had at the end of last year and this year, but I've never really felt lonely, and this is the first time that I felt lonely because I've been alone, and it's just trying to understand that. But yeah, that was what I was going to, I guess.
Take up some knitting. Knit me a scarf.
I don't want to take up knitting. I watched Project Runway, and I was thinking about making clothes.
Oh.
But I'm not going to do that.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to try and find another project to do anyway, just for fun. But I don't know what that would be.
Why did you learn piano?
I wanted to do something to be with, like, similar to, like, this, like, comedy or, like...
Why did you learn editing software?
Okay.
That's not passive aggressive.
No, not at all. I meant to, but we haven't done the podcast in weeks, so it's impossible, isn't it?
Well, fine. I'll take the blame for this again.
But yeah, I can do.
Learn how to play this new game I played this weekend.
It's coming on Wednesday.
Yes, I'll come back and play it with you.
You're not going to, really.
I will. No, I'm here on Monday. Well, Sunday night. I fly out Monday lunchtime. So
we play games on Sunday normally here. So I don't know if you're doing anything.
Sunday.
No one wants to hear about this.
I'm going to the cinema to see A Star Is Born.
I want to see that. So
yeah.
I don't want to see films, but I actually want to see that.
Well,
Bradley Cooper's banging.
He's so hot.
Unbelievable.
Well, I might make it a big double whammy and go see Venom and A Star Is Born.
Like Spider-Man Venom?
Yeah.
Oh.
New film. Have you not seen it? Tom Hardy. Venom. Looks brilliant. I think it's set in the Marvel universe.
There's no point going because it's fake. It's not true that people, there wouldn't be Venom. You were having this whole thing about Spider-Man earlier on.
No. I get my point past. I love Marvel cinema and Marvel superheroes. That's not the thing. I'm not saying it's not real that a guy can't. That's not real. I'm saying what's not real, which makes it unrealistic for the game, is that these people that he's supposed to be fighting wouldn't just be stood there waiting for him to get him. They'd be doing stuff. Like, they're not just going to be stood there.
They're sentries. They're like bodyguards.
No. In the setup for the game that they were playing, it was it was a broken building.
Where they were doing like drugs and dealings upstairs.
Well, I'll tell you what. If it was that easy to kill them, they were not very good at their job.
Clearly.
So if I was the runner of that gangster, I'd fire them. Well, they're dead now anyway.
Well, tell him to put up difficulty, and then it'll be harder.
So my little brother's just being a little pussy, playing it easy.
Uneasy, yeah. You can put it on hard or super difficult.
Yeah. But the new game, I'm going to make suggestions because I want people to play it because I think it's really good. But I can't remember the name of it. What is it? Unique Unicorns. No.
Uncertain.
Uncoincidental. Oh, there you go.
Unstable Unicorns.
Unstable Unicorns.
And it's got like a gay flag. So it's a gay game.
It is. It's very rainbow. It must be
rainbow and unicorns.
It's a very fluffy game, but I think the funniness of it comes from it being really rainbow, really like one of the cards I had to play, I had to kill a unicorn every single turn I had, and you're talking these cute little baby unicorns with little dodos in their mouth, and I had to kill it every time because I had a curse.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's so good. Oh, and there's like unicorns which stab a bitch unicorns, and they've got like little knives instead.
Stab a bitch.
Like it's black actually. It's got a little knife on it.
That's just out and out racism.
Is it? I'm not racist. I've got black friends.
No, but the card is black.
No,
Oh, did you
it's
say
not.
that? Okay.
It's just me.
Anyway, yeah.
It's
So
good.
apparently, get the game. That's the moral of the story. If you manage to make it to the end of this podcast,
I think this podcast has been good. I like this.
uncertain unicorn,
Uncertain? Is it?
unstable,
Unstable unicorns.
unstable unicorns.
20
Yeah.
quid. Amazon Prime. Well, yeah, what I might do is I might put the link to the game on the website, and then people make it easier for people to find.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we can all play it together. We can have one big old tournament.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll close this episode off.
So you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Yeah.
At HonestToPod.
Yep.
We've got. So you can visit us on our website as well at honesttopod.com.
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And what
I
about...
might post a picture of my black eye, and you can give me sympathy.
Oh god, it's not a black eye, it's a scratch.
It's literally half my face.
What about where can people listen to us and leave reviews?
They can leave reviews on Apple. I don't know what it's called.
Apple iTunes podcasts.
Apple iTunes podcasts or the podcast player on Android.
Leave us a nice little 5 stars. That's what you want, isn't it?
I mean, 4's okay.
5's better.
5's better. 5 stars.
Leave what you feel we're worth.
It's like those restaurants that you just
5
like.
stars.
5 stars.
Yeah.
5 stars. 5 stars. 5 stars. You should do like. I wonder if you can put like little subliminal messages throughout the entire thing, which is 5 stars.
5 stars.
Like in between things. 5 stars.
5 stars. And speaking of some reviews, we have some new ones.
Really? We
Yeah.
haven't even done any fucking podcast.
So this person gave us 5 stars. Thank you, Basil London, or Baz in London, Basin. How would you pronounce that?
Basin, I guess.
Basin London. 5 stars. Oh yeah, you'll like this next one. 5 stars.
About you, I'm sure.
Stumbled across this via Instagram and I really enjoyed it. Even caught myself agreeing or disagreeing out loud when I realised they can't hear me. Well, I mean, what I think is really good about our podcast, and I know people who listen to us who disagree with pretty much everything we say. Yeah. And which is fine, but what they do is they like listening to other people's opinions because it helps them form a stronger opinion against us.
Oh my god, what we said? Yeah, which is fair.
Yeah. This other one, which I don't know, but this
Biased
is
much.
Fintanesque. Again, how do you pronounce that?
Fintanesque.
Fintanesque. 5 stars. I just started listening to this podcast and I'm hooked. Matt and the gorgeous Ash are obviously great friends.
Gorgeous ass is not even in pictures. It's
and,
radio, bitch.
and are on their way to create their own podcast community. Well, I mean, I'm not finished yet. The review goes on. Fun, informative, thought-provoking, controversial. These guys are having a great time, are bringing you along with them. I love getting to know them and I can't wait for more. Well, I think this is my favorite review ever.
I just want to know what's not gorgeous about me.
Well, you have that big black eye.
You said it made me look manly.
I didn't say that.
You proposed to me today.
I did not propose.
Did you not say, do you not want to get married? To me.
I don't remember saying that. Anyway,
That's deep.
well, thank you for everyone who left the reviews. Matt, I think you're gorgeous as well. I just don't want to marry you, but I think you're gorgeous.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.